It's me, Zenobia Darling. You're listening to hashtag Rockstar Life, the Coffee Break podcast. Let's go. Where the hell's my cold brew at?
Ooh, what's up, guys? It's me, Zenobia Darling. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and all the holidays that happen around this time. I am coming at you today. It is officially December 24th. It's Christmas Eve, and I don't know. I was up late last night doing some podcast editing for the episode coming out on Thursday with Jesse Hardesty, and I have the Apple News widget on my Mac on my desktop, and I just kept looking at it, and it kept updating with just such ridiculous things. So on the Apple News app, I have paranormal news, I have Bravo news, I have Halloween news, and then I just have like the regular headlines. And besides some of the doom and gloom that's happening with just our government and just this time of year, there's a lot of crazy shit happening in paranormal pop culture, in Bravo pop culture. So I figured, guys, I will give you an espresso shot to give you my comedic takes on all of it, because I'm telling you, as a stand-up comic, some of the best comedy I've ever written just comes from me reading news headlines. I mean, just the shit that comes, our humans are fascinating. Our society is so ridiculous that it's like, whoa, I gotta make fun of it. So I'm here. It is, I don't know. It's just, we're coming off of a ridiculous Mercury retrograde. This full moon and this whole moon cycle has been just intense. So I'm kind of chilling out in my art studio in Havre de Grace, just kind of taking it back. I haven't really been painting as much as I like. I've been actually getting my sketchbook out and sketching stuff and using oil pastels and chalk pastels just to make some art. So I don't know if I would share them because some of them are, I don't know, a little nuts. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. But guys, let's get into this espresso shot because I don't know. Just this is my little Christmas present to all my little darlings. Thank you for listening. I got some great stuff coming in the works. So let's get started. Okay, so right off the bat, we got to talk about Brandi Glanville from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I mean, I love Brandi. I think she is perfect on reality television. She, to me, is on par with like New York or Tiffany Pollard from like, no, she wasn't on Rock of Love. What was she on? She was on Flavor of Love. And she's just been on The Villains where she called Omarosa a cum-guzzling, cock-sucking Republican cunt. Like, you can't write poetry. I mean, that's a haiku. But it's like, she's on par with that. Like, Brandi Glanville is, I mean, go back. I mean, she's what made Beverly Hills what it is. I mean, there's a Kim Richards too, but Brandi Glanville also made it what it is. And it's like, so she's in the news and you can tell she kind of needs money because this is all alleged, but she went to film the Ultimate Girls Trip in Morocco. This was like 2 years ago, I think. I mean, I know we're in a time warp like Rocky Horror, but like, so like I forget if stuff was 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 6 months ago, 5 years ago, but she went to shoot there in Morocco, and there was this like alleged sexual assault allegation and lawsuit by Carolyn Manzo. It's a whole thing. You guys can read the stuff. I'm not here to talk about that. But she basically canceled it. I mean, and we got Alex McCord. We had Gretchen Rossi. So there was, and Camille Grammer. And it's like there was some people on there that I would have really liked to see on the Ultimate Girls Trip. So it's like the lost season. So hopefully in like 20 years, Bravo releases it. But the whole thing's ridiculous. But so Brandi kind of has been fired from all of that. I mean, she's a great reality TV person and she's in the news and she clearly needs money. So she's hitting Inside Edition and Entertainment Tonight because she got a face parasite. So Brandi has always been on Beverly Hills and in most recent seasons as a friend of coming on there. She always gets work. I mean, she lives in LA. I mean, she always gets work done. She always gets fillers, Botox, all that stuff. So sometimes her face will look a little wonky on like the television show. I mean, on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, like in the confessionals, and you're like, what the hell? But I saw her recent picture and I watched something because it came on Inside Edition. I'll actually play it for you guys. But I mean, she her face, something's up with her face, and it looks a little bit more than just like the Botox and filler and stuff like that. So she thinks she has a face parasite that's jumping around her face. So this is the Inside Edition. Let's just listen.
What happened to her face? Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Brandi Glanville is sharing this photo of her disfigured face. She captioned the image, "Sick of it. Look at the puffiness and craters."
I have a parasite that jumps around my face. It lives in the skin in my face. It'll go and jump around to different places and just get lumpy in all the different places.
I've been in and out of the hospital this past year and a half, spent almost every dollar I have trying to figure it out, she writes. She also says it might be stress-induced edema. We showed the photo to dermatologist Dr. Michelle Henry. Could it be a parasite?
It could be a parasite. We know about things like scabies, fleas.
Oh my God.
The former model has been cast in and out of the popular Housewives franchise since 2011. She's notorious for causing lots of drama.
Well, let's hold on.
Kill you.
There she
You do
is
not want to talk to me like
with her
that.
fucking crutches.
Now this.
It just, I don't know. I mean, I loved it. I love when they play the flashbacks where she's like, because it has been alleged that Kim Richards was doing meth. I mean, there was a lot of stuff like her stealing very blatantly. She didn't need to steal. Just, there was a lot of stuff that, yeah, she might have been on crystal meth. It also kind of gets the psychosis, the insane craziness that was Kim Richards. But she was the one that called it out the first season. Brandi hobbled in there with her fucking crushes like Sheena Shea. Also, let's not forget, if it wasn't for Brandi Glanville and Sheena Shea fucking Eddie Cibrian, her ex-husband, we wouldn't have Vanderpump Rules. So Brandi Glanville, like, you know, she can be, you know, a problem child, we'll just say it, but, you know, she should get a lot of respect because she's what made Bravo what it is. I mean, we really would not have Beverly Hills or Vanderpump Rules without Brandi Glanville. And honestly, Lala and Sheena and a lot of the Vanderpump people kind of became Brandi Glanville. Like, they're on par with her because she wasn't the full elevated housewife of like, of Adrienne, of Camille, of, I don't know, even Lisa Rinna. Like, she wasn't on that par of like just the insane wealth and the insane connections and all that stuff. She was always a little low tier. And you could tell she didn't really have that much money, but she was a reality star. But she really is, like, I can see Lala coming on Beverly Hills and actually, like, picking up where Brandi left off, because that's the world where Brandi Glanville comes from. And I find it really funny. But so she clearly just needs money. And so she's doing all the rounds on all, like, the tabloid news stuff. So, like, I don't really watch Inside Edition. I don't really watch a lot of corporate media or like mainstream media. Especially, I hate Inside Edition because it's a tabloid news magazine. So it's like, it's sensationalized, it's extra. I think they feed into fear-mongering and the sensationalism, and then people don't realize that, and that annoys me. But she's making all the rounds because clearly I think she's in medical debt, and we'll get into the CEO shooter. We will get into that. But like, healthcare in this country is insanely expensive, even for wealthy people and aspirational people like Brandi Glanville. So she's been in and out of doctors, seen specialists because her face is fucked up. And she's also, this is the other thing, because she was on Entertainment Tonight, and I found this very, very, Davey just texted me. Oh, hi, Davey. So she is trying to say, oh God, getting text messages.
Meet the Ninja Turtles in
Oh,
Hero
for fuck's
Wars.
sake.
The legendary RPG.
I do like
Hero
Ninja
Wars
Turtles.
welcomes-
Brandi, here we are again.
Okay.
A year later.
So here is Brandi Glanville getting interviewed by Bryce Sanders for Entertainment Tonight. He does a lot of like the Real Housewives like news for that show. So there she is
It's our anniversary.
in a doctor's
I
office.
wish we were meeting under better circumstances.
Yeah.
We met last year. You were getting a treatment done. The hope was this is going to be the.
So she's been getting work done for a year, but where is it?
Attracted a parasite.
I mean, we had food sitting out for hours and
This.
end, and
This.
some of it was meat. And
In Morocco, when you were
In
filming
Morocco,
the
right.
ill-fated Girls Trip show.
6 months after I got back from Morocco, I started having the speaking thing and the swelling up thing.
This is just
started
so
in
iconic,
July.
Brandi. It's amazing.
And we're still here trying to figure it out.
Was there any relief in having something new to explore knowing it's been such a journey, or does it just pile on to?
I mean, I think I'm not getting my hopes up anymore, because even if it's like I said to my friend, this is a horrible thing to say, but even if it's like a tumor, I want to know.
It's a tumor.
Like,
Oh
take
my
it
God.
out. I want to have
can't.
just an answer.
Right.
That would be amazing.
You see it.
Well, I mean, it's just fluid. My limbs aren't draining.
Her limbs are, I mean, it's just,
Well,
it's
that was
so
nice.
just like,
Surgery to just lift it up.
but
Ultrasonic.
I love it because she is full on blaming her face parasite on that ultimate girl trip in Morocco. I mean, what, Brandi? It's so crazy to me. I think it's so funny. I think it's so ridiculous. Because it's like, and she was in a lawsuit and like she lost money and it was like, I forget what happened. I mean, you can just Google Brandi Glanville Bravo lawsuit and it'll come up. But like, I just find it so fascinating. And it's like, girl, but her meal ticket was hurting and it is hurting. And I mean, she got a face parasite and it's just, I don't even know. I just don't even know. And then side note on the whole on the whole Bravo thing, especially for us in New Jersey with Caroline Manzo and Dina Manzo. Dina's husband is going to jail for slapjacking and getting a hit out on Dina and her now husband, which is why she lives in Malibu, not New Jersey. Because Caroline Manzo and Dolores wrote letters in support of Dina's ex-husband who did this. So I don't know. There's a lot going on with that. I don't want to touch it because it seems like it's very dirty. It's very messy. Although I love Dina Manzo. I love that woman. I want her to get on Beverly Hills. I want her to get on a different style of reality, like on not New Jersey. I love Dina Manzo. But it's just the whole thing. I'm like, I don't even know. The whole thing it was cracking me up. I'm like, what a gift for Christmas. What a gift from Brandi Glanville this holiday season to us of just her doing what she does best. I mean, just the woman needs cameras on her 24/7. I mean, truly, I fucking love her. I fucking love her. Okay, so let's I have some more Bravo stuff, but I kind of want to deviate up because there is some paranormal pop culture news that I do want to touch on. So, as you might have known, I follow a lot of paranormal channels. I find a lot of paranormal gossip channels, a lot of paranormal content. Like I'm a ghost hunter. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed my 2 episodes with Mike. We actually did an investigation last week with him. It was me and Megan and Nicole. We did one at my work. But so I've been following a lot of these accounts and Bob Mackey's Music World in Wilder, Kentucky. I've talked about it, I think, with the episode with Para Ann and Noah last November. I made them watch the 2 episodes where Ghost Adventures and Zach and the boys go to Bob Mackey's. It's a very haunted, famous location. There's something dark in there. There's a dark history there. It's just a dark building with a lot of documented possessions and demonic activity. I wouldn't really say demonic. I would say like darker entities. It was a honky tonk country bar. And you can go back. I'll put the link below to the episode. But like, there's a lot of, I don't know. There's just a lot of content that's been filmed there. It's very famous. Well, they tore it down, so it is no more. They tore down the building, which. I mean, quite frankly, I think the land might be cursed now. So whatever else they build on that land, I don't think it's gonna pop off like it should. But I don't know. They tore it down. So I have a lot of sadness about that because it's like, I would never investigate there. I don't like doing the dark hauntings. I like fun, happy ghosts. And I don't think that building has fun, happy ghosts. So, but, I don't know. And then you go into the thing, there definitely is, the spirit fucks with you. Like, I remember, I think I might have talked about that on that episode, but Aaron is saying that, like, Aaron Goodwin from Ghost Adventures said that he really blames the spirit following him home for the the dissolving of one of his marriages, or relationships. So, I mean, that definitely is there, but I don't know. It was demolished. It was fucking demolished. So, R.I.P. Bob Mackey's, that it might be a Christmas miracle that happened because now the dark infestation of activity is that we are here to investigate the dark activities of Bob Mackey's Music World. Like, you know, like we're not going to get that anymore, which I'm kind of happy with. I just, you know, it is sad though. It is sad. You can definitely go back and watch like just Google Bob Mackey's on YouTube, and I'm sure Scariest Places on Earth they covered it. What else covered it? Unsolved Mysteries might have covered it. Sightings, Ghost Adventures. I think Ghost Hunters did. Most of the paranormal people have gone to Bob Mackey's. It's a very famous place, and it is no more. So R.I.P. All right. So with those two news points covered, I'm going to put the ad break in here. I will be right back.
All right, ad break. I gotta pay for all this damn coffee I'm drinking and tea I'm spilling.
What's up, art lovers? It's me, Zenobia Darling. Did you know I'm more than just a drag rock star? I'm also a very accomplished painter, photographer, and you can check it all out on ZenobiaDarlingCreative.com. Sponsored by the Harford County Cultural Arts Board, my blog, #RockstarLife, the arts blog. It explores all my creativity right when it crashes into local culture. Explore my neo-expressionistic fine art, my editorialized goth photography. And this is the best part. You can buy my original paintings and you can spruce up your boring-ass walls because every wall needs some glittering Zenobia Darling on them. So go check out Zenobia Darling Creative. The link is in the episode description. Ooh, what's up, Glamazons? It's Zenobia Darling. And you know my rock stardness doesn't just happen, right? It's crafted to perfection at Odyssey Salon and Day Spa in Aberdeen. Let me spill my secret. Abby, my badass stylist, is the mastermind behind my iconic glittering blonde mohawk. Whether you want to spike it up, smooth it out, dye it a killer shade, or just add that extra edge to your hair, the crew at Odyssey have the magic to make you feel like the superstar you truly are. And it's not just about hair. They keep my nails sharp, my skin polished, and every visit is an absolute blast. And here's the best part, my darlings. Odyssey isn't just about looking fierce. It is a safe space where us LGBT folks can feel right at home, shining as our truest selves. So if you're ready to live your own #Rockstar life and embrace your creative spirit, get yourself to Odyssey Salon and Day Spa in Aberdeen. Tell them Zenobia sent you and show the world how fabulous us rock stars look. And you never know, you might run into yours truly. The link to book your visit to unlock your fabulosity is in the episode description. Hey there, ghost-loving rebels. It's Zenobia Darling, your paranormal punk rock queen. We premiered my newest art film, Ethereal Anarchy, Zenobia Darling's Haunted Revolution, on November 1st with my opening reception of my immersive art exhibition, The Paranormal Realm Beyond the Lore. Let me tell you, Part 1 of this film captured one of the most profound paranormal experiences I've ever had, and it was met with roaring applause and accolades. And yes, we filmed it in true punk rock fashion to bring you even more content. But Huns, the revolution is just getting started, and we need you to bring Part 2 to life. We have so much more content from Part 1 that we want to include, plus we're actively filming for Part 2. So we're pushing paranormal storytelling to the edge in true aspirational punk rock fashion. Your support fuels every haunting moment of this journey. From ghost hunting gear to fair crew pay, every dollar you contribute keeps things spooky and queer just the way it should be. Join the Haunted Revolution. You can find the link to our GoFundMe in the episode description and help us raise the dead and the funds. Okay, so we are back. I hope you guys enjoyed the ad break. So I got to tell you, 2025 is gearing up to be quite a year for Zenobia Darling Creative and just me personally. So make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast feed. Tell your friends about it. Tell everyone you know about #RockstarLife Coffee Break. I've been gaining a lot of followers recently, and I want to keep that trend going right into 2025, start out strong. So make sure you guys leave a 5-star review. Make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast feed on both Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the podcasting stuff. I know Good Pods just recently came out saying that I have the #2 Housewives gossip podcast on their platform. So if you guys find it, even on the YouTube channel, you guys find it, subscribe. Just subscribe. You guys can stay up to date on me and the podcast. So yeah. So with that, let's get into another Bravo news because I found this so fun, especially it's perfect for Christmas. It's perfect for Christmas. So Real Housewives of New Jersey, Melissa Gorga, she is releasing her own line of sprinkle cookies. So clearly she needs money. Clearly New Jersey's fucked. I don't think they're bringing anyone back. I truly don't. Even Teresa, I think they're either canceling the show or they're rebooting it completely like New York, which, side note on that, the New York season is a bore. I mean, I cannot stand the New York. It is horrible. But anyway, so on New Jersey, they said they're taking a break, but I have a feeling that they're not coming back. So, the Housewives are really doing what they can for money. And Melissa Gorga, she's capitalized. Because if you remember back in the early seasons, over Christmas, Melissa went over to Teresa's house and brought her sprinkle cookies, probably from Wegmans. And Teresa was like, she brought over sprinkle cookies and I threw them in the garbage. And, I like Pizzoli cookies from this Italian deli or something. And it's like, the bitch brought over sprinkle cookies to enjoy on the holidays. Okay, you're lucky she brought that, It's like, you never look a horse's gift in the face. So, it's, or whatever the saying is. So, it's just like, it's ridiculous that whole thing happened, but it's iconic. So she's releasing her own line of sprinkle cookies. And of course, you got Joe Gorga commenting, "Love you, babe, keep it up." You got freaking Margaret commenting on it, like with like Queen, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure Dolores commented on it too. But I mean, it's good branding. And I mean, quite frankly, it goes back to like, I think these housewives need money. I think Brandi Glanville needs money. I think Melissa Gorga needs money. I mean, inflation is high. I went to the fucking grocery store. Can we talk about this for a minute? I went to the grocery store, and I went to the grocery store near my sister's house in Laurel, Maryland, near Forest Haven. And I had to go in there and get a few stuff. I swear to God, it's so crazy because that giant store is in Montgomery County, which is one of like the most expensive or one of the richest counties in Maryland, if not the country. I swear to God, all the groceries were $2 more than what they are in Harford County. It was fucking insane. So like, groceries are insane. So I get these housewives. They need money. They need money, especially the ones that have an uncertain future. They don't really have the job security. So I applaud it. I applaud it. Anyone wants to get me the sprinkle cookies, I'm down. I'm down. I will take Melissa Gorga's sprinkle cookies. I'm sure they're good. I'm sure they're amazing. So, it is what it is. So I don't know. I mean, good for her. Good for her. Good for her. All right, so let's dive into the United Healthcare CEO and that hot as fuck Luigi. So it's kind of ironic because, like, I'm just going to say this, and this is not me. I do not advocate violence. I do not advocate murdering people in Midtown Manhattan so brazenly. I just don't kill people. Don't kill people. You can fight, be intellectually punk and like, but at the same time, I get that we live in a capitalistic system and a lot of these corporations act sociopathically and the humans behind them use that to kind of dig away their empathy while they're breaking in millions of dollars in money. And it's shit like that where I'm like, I don't know. So this guy, Luigi, a hot Italian Maryland boy, pretty sure he's gotten his dick sucked by a guy before. I definitely think. I mean, he's a Swiftie. He's a Swiftie, so we found that out. So he just goes and shoots this dude, broad daylight, 6:30 in the morning, Midtown Manhattan. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And now all the CEO, all the healthcare places are like, oh, we're taking the executives out. The whole thing's ridiculous because this is the thing. We all know healthcare is ridiculous. We all know that most of the healthcare corporations have captured our political people, and that's why there hasn't been change. That's why it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Everyone has horrible stories of health insurance issues. Most people don't have health insurance. They're not seeing the doctors. It's getting so bad on a society level that our life expectancy is actually diminishing, like because of of our broken healthcare system in America. So we saw this a lot. This is a little bit of the historian coming out of me. So we saw this a lot in the last Gilded Age, around like the late 1800s, early 1900s, where the Gilded Age, it got so the haves and the have-nots, that it just like the level of corporate greed and all that stuff got to a level that the working class and people that are tired of being fucked over and there's no outlet, you started seeing this like militant vigilantism and just like stuff like this. And it's just kind of shocking to me because I'm like, wait a minute, it's happening. Like, whoa, it's nuts to me. It's kind of nuts. And, but just this dude, like, clearly he's been watching The Batman. Clearly he's been watching pop culture because this stuff has been playing out in our movies for a while, where these Robin Hood vigilantes, these crime fighter people, they're villains. And like, we're kind of in this period, like, I love it because I love a villain, but we're in this moment where we're humanizing these villains. Like, I was just watching Disney's Cruella. I fucking love that movie. I love Cruella de Vil, the punk rock queen, fashion bitch she is. But like you're starting to see where they're humanizing characters and it's not so black and white. And I think part of that is, you know, when stuff like this happens, we're kind of having it like that. But I just think I find that the level of just people on social media just not giving a fuck that this guy was murdered, I think is hilarious. But I mean, let's be real. How many people have died because health insurance companies denied their claims? You know what I mean? It's stuff like that where like I think that broke the camel's back. And I do think hopefully out of this actual healthcare reform in this country happens. I mean, that's a big TBD. So we will we'll have to wait and find out about this. I know Pluto just went into Aquarius for the next 20 years. And already it's very Aquarian. It's very Aquarius. It's very like, I don't know. It's very radical, but it doesn't surprise me that stuff like this happened. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, but I don't know. I mean, the fact that he carved stuff in the bullets, it's a 3D printed gun. He left Monopoly money. It almost like he wanted to get caught, but at the same time, it's like, ooh. And then I was looking on Twitter. Apparently, the Twitter gays found his dick pics. So we see his Italian stallion. I mean, I don't know. He's a good Maryland boy, though. I mean, he's a good Italian Maryland boy from a well-off family in Towson. Like, you know, but I don't know. There's a lot. There's just a lot of weirdness to it as well that, like, I don't know. I think it'll be TBD. It'll be very TBD. So I don't know. We're in a very interesting place because I was just going back and like, you know, I watch a lot of like podcasts and stuff. Like I love Joe Rogan. I love all the stuff. And I was listening to him interviewing Donald Trump. And one thing about Trump and like, when it comes to politics, like I'm very independent and like I also don't listen to mainstream media, so I don't listen to the fear mongering and like the tribalism that corporate media fuels. Like I'm not watching The fucking View. That show is awful now. I don't know how these places are staying in business because they're just so slanted. But I was listening to him Joe Rogan talk with Donald Trump about the JFK files and how he wants to release them and they haven't released them and there's just some sketchy shit and you get to see stuff that like our CIA does. And like, I'm not being conspiratorial, but there definitely is some questions that need answered. And it also plays into UFO stuff. And there's just something about this whole Luigi thing that's just not sitting right with me. I'm not here to talk conspiracy theories. I'm not here to like pander false narratives or anything like that. I'm just saying there's something really sketch. There's also something very sketch about the freaking assassination attempt on Trump back in July. That it's stuff like that where I'm like, there's a lot of weirdness right now. There's just a lot of weirdness, and I'm just kind of like, so I don't know. And the whole Luigi thing, there's just a lot. There's just a fucking lot. And I got to tell you right now, McDonald's where he was caught, the Starbucks where he was eating the 2 power bars and the iced frappuccino, whatever the fuck he got, City Bike, the Hilton, they are loving the free fucking advertising that this whole news scandal happened. Let's be fucking real. They are fucking loving that they're getting prime real estate with Lester Holt on the NBC Nightly News and on CNN and on Fox News and all the stuff. He was at Starbucks. He was arrested at this McDonald's. You got the anchors giving live feeds in front of the McDonald's. They're fucking loving it. So, you know, they're probably like, oh, this is a Christmas gift to us. So free advertising, great real estate on television, network television. Let's do it. So, you know, don't think that's not lost on me. I can spot that shit. And quite frankly, I think United Healthcare, I bet you they're fucking loving it. They're getting all this free advertising from it. I mean, let's be real. These are how these people think. And it's like, you know, Christmas. It's Christmas time. These corporations who have already done a lot of horrible things in the name of corporate greed and gaining a dollar in our capitalistic system are just loving the free advertising that this Luigi guy gave them. So, you know, hey, I even think probably the people of Monopoly are loving the fact that he had Monopoly money in his fucking backpack. I mean, for real, you have to look at some of this stuff as like these people they're going to be like, oh, we get free advertising. Boom, let's do it. So I don't know. There's something weird about it. So it's a big TBD right now. So, you know, it is what it is. So I don't know. But all right, let's get into something else. Let's get into some more Zak Bagans bullshit because this came up on the paranormal news like widget I have on my Mac, and I read this because I found this very interesting. And, because I've been wondering this year, where has Zak been? Where are the new episodes of Ghost Adventures? Where was the Halloween, spooky season special Ghost Adventures always do? They always have something like that. They, last year it was, they went to a mining town. They did the Joe Exotic Zoo. They did the Cecil Hotel. They always have specials coming out every so often, and they always have new episodes dropping of Ghost Adventures. And I know they filmed stuff because they were at the Poltergeist house. And I know Zak recently guest starred on an investigation that's coming out on some YouTube channel. So I don't know much about it, but I know that he has been investigating. And they had a little news article because it says Zak Bagans, a new production company, Scarehouse Films. So this is my take of it. So he invested a couple $1 million into his own production company. The first show that they released on, I think it was HBO Max, is Destinations of the Damned, where Zak is not anywhere present in it. He narrates it, but he sends his crew out to these places and he's not going. And my take on all of this, I really think Zak wants to retire. I do not think he wants to be on Ghost Adventures anymore. I don't think he wants to do it. I think, he made enough money and he's been at it for 25 years. So I think he has his haunted museum in Vegas. He has, he's executive producer of many of the content on HBO Max. I mean, remember there was that whole drama with Destination Fear and all the other shows he canceled. And then there was a Housewives drama with it. So he has Destination of the Damned. So he's just narrating it, which he can probably do from his office in his haunted mansion in Summerlin, Nevada. So it's stuff like that where I'm like, he has the money and I think he wants to retire. I mean, I just find it very interesting that there hasn't been a Halloween special from Ghost Adventures. There hasn't been new episodes coming out. And I'm following all the boards and people are like, where's new Ghost Adventures? And I'm like, I honestly think that ship is starting to sail. I really think it's happening a lot on a lot of reality television. I think Real Housewives, I think that ship has sailed. I just think the wave crests. I mean, these things aren't stagnant staying at a high. It's like a wave where, it comes in, it builds, crests, and then it falls down and then it's over with. And I think we're seeing that with Vanderpump Rules, which we'll get into because they're rebooting it. I'll end it with that. But I think you're seeing that with Real Housewives. I think you're seeing that with RuPaul's Drag Race. And I think you're seeing that now with Ghost Adventures. I really think Zak doesn't want to do it anymore. And I find that very interesting. I wish he would just come out and say it because he's still making content. I mean, he still needs the paycheck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, but he has a nice nest egg. And I believe he's in his late 40s. So it's one of those things where it makes sense he would want to retire. But I know his dog Gracie died, which that's really sad. I've also been hearing stuff through the gossip tabloids and some blind items. And this is all alleged. These are all told from me from a drunk queen Instagram messaging me. I've also been hearing that he's kind of leaning a little bit more Christian than he used to, which I find very fascinating. Because this is something that happened. Kat Von D did it. And it's like they turn Christian and then they start coming against witchcraft and any type of that stuff. And it happens to a lot of people in the paranormal world. And I find it fascinating. And I've been hearing little bits through just idle gossip, drunk at a bar, that he's been getting in that. I know the post where Gracie died, it was very Jesus-y. It was very God and all that stuff. So I find this very fascinating. I really do because I mean, Zak's known for yelling at demons. I mean, that's what made the show great. He was like a jackass style dude and he was yelling at demons the same way as Steve-O's riding a bull shark or something like that. So, it's kind of interesting that this is happening. So I don't know. TBD about what will happen. He's also been doing a lot of stuff he'll come out there. Of course, he has 5 security guards with him, going out, meeting the people waiting, going to the Haunted Museum in Vegas and shit like that. And of course, videoing it. So, there's definitely something happening. What it is, I think we might know in the next few months, but I don't know. I find it very interesting. I could definitely see them ending Ghost Adventures. I mean, I think he'll definitely maybe do a special here and there or guest on other channels, but I truly think that the end of Ghost Adventures is coming. It's coming. I think he's over, especially with this production company. He has Destination of the Damned. They also talked about his fucking movie Demon House, which that was the movie. So, whatever that movie with what's her face, Glenn Close, possessed by a demon saying, I can smell your nappy pussy. I love that shit. But that case, that demonic possession case and exorcism, Zak bought that house and then he tore it down so no one can investigate it, which I think is fucked up. And it's like, so I definitely think like, Zak has his, he made that damn demon house thing where they actually talked about how Hollywood bought it from the people and they weren't going to talk to him. So I don't know. I definitely, we will see. We will see. All right. So let's end this on a high note. So Vanderpump Rules, the best show ever made, the show that I wrote my thesis about in college. Vanderpump Rules seasons 1 through 6, and quite frankly, you can honestly add season 10 in there too, is probably one of the best reality shows ever made. Especially, seasons 1 through 6. It definitely, season 1's really good. Season 2's really good. Season 3's amazing. Season 4, okay. Season 5, yeah, it still delivers. Season 6 fucking amazing. But Vanderpump Rules is getting a complete reboot. So Lisa Vanderpump is going into SUR and they're casting a new group of horrible servers and just absolute monsters. And they're rebooting Vanderpump Rules. And I'm actually very happy about that. I will say, though, I don't think lightning was going to strike twice with them because Vanderpump Rules, and it's also interesting because I'm seeing a lot of think pieces about it because you have, where is the Vox? There's a Vox article. Let me bring it up real quick. God, I'm trying to bring it up and they keep talking about James Kennedy getting arrested for domestic violence. Well, we'll get into that too, but where's this Vox article? Of course, you have Lala coming out saying what's next. She's hurt. They're all hurting for money. Of course, I think Lala and Sheena are going on the Valley, which I'm down for. Krista Doty is pregnant. Yay. Here it is. Vox News article. I'll put the link below. Vanderpump Rules was the perfect millennial tragedy. The cult reality show offered a darkly comic look at the American dream. Can the reboot create the horror? And it all talks about the theatrical analysis, which, like, again, I did it in 2018, people. That's the thing. Like, can these people fucking call me? Like, I'm a Vanderpump Rules scholar. I know that show in and out. And it's like, they fucking can call me because I theatrically analyzed it. But they were talking about it. And that's the thing. So Vanderpump Rules is so great. I've talked about this many times because it was right when Instagram was it was right before it took off in influencing culture. So these people literally were at such a crossroads where they were in their, like, I think Jax was like 37. So, he's his own person. But, like, it's these people were like late 20s, early 30s. They were serving at restaurants. They also wanted to be, you get freaking Sandoval going, I want to be the next Michael Jackson. Sheena wants to be the next Britney Spears. Kristen wants to be a fucking model and actor. And Kristen wants to be a music producer, and her Instagram thing was Music Kills Kate. And I have to say, with Katie, you heard this a little bit with my talk with Mike, but, like, Katie's really grown on me. Like, I really like her now, and I honestly think she can do stuff, especially now that she cut the dead weight of Schwartz. But it worked because they were just desperate, and they just said, "Fuck it, I'm going to a reality show," and they all have that, like, desperation, that earnestness. And they didn't give a fuck. And they just went on there because they really didn't have anything else to do. And somehow they made it through influencer culture and all that stuff. They just ended up making themselves aspirational in our society. I find it truly fascinating. And I think in the next 100 years, we're going to look back at Vanderpump Rules and people are going to see so much about our society from it. I truly think they're going to learn so much about what made us tick. And that's the great thing about reality shows, because yes, there is levels of dramatization and a level of theater in it, but it holds up a really good lens into our society and how these people work. So I love that they're calling it the perfect millennial tragedy, because it's a dark comedy. That's what it is. It's very Oscar Wilde. And so they're rebooting it. So when they reboot it, I want these servers, I don't want them having money. I want them to truly have to rely on working at the restaurant to pay their bills. I want them in shitty 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom apartments with like wall unit ACs that like, you know, you can't turn the microwave on without it blowing a fuse and the AC coming up. Just, it's shitty. It's dirty. I want them just fucking each other and fighting about it and cheating and being horrible to each other. And they honestly didn't care because back then the realities, they just kind of were like, they didn't know what it would be, so they didn't care what they look like. I think people now, especially, and I hope they don't cast fucking influencers either, because they're going to be too self-aware of the camera and they're not really going to deliver. And I want real, raw people because that's what made Vanderpump Rules so good. I mean, Kristen Doute on camera smoking a cigarette, ripping a cigarette, I should say, telling Diana to suck a dick. And then it's like shit like that, like, you know, Tom punching Jax, like, you know, just all of it. It's like, you know, Jax breaking up with Laura Lee outside of a NA meeting, like on the street, like shit like that. Laura Lee going up, you know, to Jax on the bar at Sir, and she serving customers, and she goes up, you know that he fucked me last night without a condom, and he's making your drinks. Like, you, that type of shit, like, I want that. I want that if it's going to work. I don't want to have these wannabe aspirational influencers on there to sell their brand and their profile. And that's what I think it's going to be. So it's a big TBD about what the Vanderpump Rules reboot will look like. But hey, RIP, it'll live. That show will live on forever. I will probably still watch it at least once a year, start to finish, because it is that fucking good. Also, I've been doing a lot of thinking about Jax, Tom Sandoval, and Schwartz because I'm like, with Jax gone, it really showed how awful Sandoval and Schwartz were. And I think it's because Jax was so fucking awful that it made them look good compared to it. And I'm like, I don't know. I find that very interesting. And I will be watching The Valley because we got Jax and Kristen. Now you got Sheena and Lala on there. So, and Schwartz too. So I think that's a natural thing because, you know, they're not like West Hollywood servers anymore. I mean, they are in The Valley. They're family people. I mean, it looks like hetero hell, which I want nothing to do with. But hey, I want to see this Jax and Brittany divorce. I think it's going to be interesting because Jax is such a monster. But, you know, he's just a big dumb ape. So, you know, God love him. And then let's just get into it. The James Kennedy domestic violence arrest. So this is my thoughts on James Kennedy. I like James Kennedy. I think he is I think he's just an alcoholic. And I think he drinks too much, and this is all alleged. I've never met him, but I think he drinks too much. And I think he just, it's like Dorinda, like, you know, when Lewin was like, you're turning, oh, you're turning, you know, why don't you drink some more and get arrested, honey? Like, that shit with Dorinda. I think James Kennedy has that. And I think when he drinks, he becomes an asshole and he can become kind of violent and aggressive. And I think that happened because Allie, his girlfriend, who this is what gives me a little pause about the reboot, because Allie was on a country reality show like a few years ago and then got on Vanderpump Rules. So it's like, I don't want that on the new reboot where these people have reality show experience. Like, no, that's not. I want these people to come on fully delusional. I want one of them to flat out say, I want to be the next Lady Gaga. I want to be the next, I don't know, who's Ryan Reynolds. I want to be the next celebrity, you know, like I want that type of shit. I want someone to say like, and I want them to also be I want someone to say they want to be the next Dr. Luke. Cause then you're like, well, you're dumb. Like really, we're not going to get into anything with Dr. Luke, but I want them to be that. I want them to be kind of dumb like that. That's just my personal casting thing. But James Kennedy, I think he just gets, and so Allie's coming out and standing by him, which also I'm like, you know, we all know like there was issues. I mean, you can go back and watch season 3 of Vanderpump Rules when Kristen and James Kennedy dated. I mean, James Kennedy got wasted and was a fucking asshole to Kristen, and they get into a fight at Sheena's wedding where Kristen just hauls off and slugs him in the face. I mean, let me see if I can find that video because I think it's worth playing. This is good. While I'm doing this,
James Kennedy's ex is reacting to the news of his recent arrest. The Vanderpump Rules alum was arrested on December 10th on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence following a 911 call about an argument between him and an unnamed woman. Access Hollywood can confirm. After police investigated the situation at his home Tuesday night, police classified it as a domestic incident and arrested him. He was later released on bail. Formal charges are pending review by the Burbank City Attorney's Office, the Burbank Police Department shared with Access Hollywood. After the news broke, James's ex and fellow Vanderpump Rules alum, Kristen Doty, took to Instagram to share her feelings.
What does she have to say?
Writing,
Oh, God.
Finally, alongside TMZ's post breaking the news of his arrest. Kristen and James dated between 2014 and 2015. James is currently dating Allie Leber, and they attended Kathy Hilton's DirecTV holiday
God,
party
all
the
roads lead to
same
Kathy
night of the
fucking
incident
Hilton.
in
Big
Beverly
Marge.
Hills. But it is unclear who the unnamed woman involved in the incident was. An eyewitness tells Access Hollywood that James seemed irritated at the party, which many Bravo celebrities attended. Access Hollywood has reached out to James for comment. The DJ's arrest comes just a few weeks after it was announced that Bravo will be revamping Vanderpump Rules with an entirely new cast for the new season. Lisa Vanderpump spoke with Access Hollywood's Housewives Nightcap co-host Lauren Herbert and Emily Orozco about the decision and explained why it was the right time for a reboot.
Well, Lisa, we got to ask.
Go on then. I know
we
what's
gotta.
coming.
I mean, come on.
What is it, Vanderpump Rules?
Of course,
Oh,
because
Lordy.
we have a cash shakeup on our hands. Why was this the right time?
It wasn't just my decision, to be honest. You know, it's the network. Everybody really thought about it. It became complicated. Some people didn't want to film with others. We'd had the kind of relationships, you know, that were so kind of entwined, and it felt like we'd told that story. I mean, it'd been 12 years, 11 seasons. So I think it was time to go back to grassroots and be really, you know, the whole premise of the show was about the restaurant business, and then it took off. I cannot minimize, and I don't want to, the importance of how great that cast was and how
Best cast ever of a reality show.
And I love them all.
Lisa knows that she had gold. And you can thank Brandi Glanville bringing it back to the beginning for that.
All of us, a lot of talks.
I love Lisa. I want her to come back on Beverly. File Kyle, bring LVP back with Lala. There's my casting thing. We can still keep Kathy Hilton.
It was a hard blow for, you know, I didn't know that Schwartz and Sandy's was going to be announced. So they were
I forgot to talk about that. Oh, we'll get into that.
Rules, which was, that was not good timing at all.
Was money a huge factor to not bring back the OG cast?
Well,
They wanted large salary. I mean, they
Bravo's
deserve it
decision,
too.
And I'm not privy to that. Of course, the show did become expensive. It had been on for many years. But I wasn't privy to that decision. But I think it was like we told the story.
Right.
And I think...
Well, I'm going to pause it right there because going back to it, they definitely ended the last season with like it was a series finale. It because they brought it back to their first confessionals, and then I really do think they told the story because these people have made it. Like, these people legitimately have made it in our influencer-based capitalist society of 2023, 2024. They made it, and it's like, you know, from where they started to where they go. And I think it's great irony that these people were struggling so badly, and we get to see all of it, that they made it from being on the show. And that's what makes this show so great. So it makes sense that they reboot. I mean, I am sad about it, but I don't know. The Schwartz and Sandy's thing, I mean, we saw that coming. I mean, that was a shit show, a restaurant from the very beginning. So it's like, you know, I saw that coming. Ding dong, ding dong. Here's Alphaba. I love Wicked. Well, the side note, but you know, and then of course Kristen. I even read her book, and she mentioned she was in an abuse. But I mean, they fucking fought. Where is the fucking? That's what I was trying to bring up the video of them at Sheena's wedding. It's in season 3. Oh, yo, Ratchet. Oh, God.
Cox Business Fiber Internet delivers upload speeds just
Ad.
as fast as your download speed.
So I'm this come at you whenever I feel like coming. Why?
Listen to that.
You can't go a day without getting your ass kicked. Because I'm a rock star and you're
James,
a bartender.
you're rock star and I'm a bartender.
Just play on a laptop, you idiot. In Vegas? It's not even connected to anything. They need to take an order, Jax. They need to take an order. We need to get more cosmopolitan.
I love it.
I think you're not at this table.
No, this is exactly where I need to be.
No, actually, I don't think so.
Hey, Stassi, how are you? Hey, Jax, looking sharp.
I feel like y'all know better right now. It's kind of rude to actually talk on every single person here and then come over and
I didn't talk about anybody.
they can't afford their own table.
He's in a sleeveless hoodie in his like Justin Bieber era outfit.
Your nose looks so good.
This was season 5.
Is he not invited? Your husband?
Actually at the studio
Oh, Sheena and Shay, R.I.P. Lala being a fucking asshole. I love it.
Are you pregnant?
Horrible. Horrible. Wasted. Horrible at a party in West Hollywood.
And why the is he around?
You need to go.
You go.
Oh, get the out of here. The out of here.
No, I have to make another one. You ruined my Yeezys.
Jack, I'm sorry.
You ruined my Yeezys.
Away.
I could watch Vanderpump Rules shows like this. I could watch these clips all day long.
Don't do it. Sit down.
All right, let me find the iconic one.
You and I, we were done.
Go straight your eye on me right now.
Use your
Kristen.
Okay, this is season 3. This is the best. This is James Kennedy and Kristen Doute fighting at Sheena Shay's wedding in the parking lot. This is probably one of the best scenes ever in reality television. We just have to. I mean, it's an RIP to Vanderpump Rules. Let's just play it.
Everybody talks on you, and it's true. Because look how you're treating the one person you love. Go straight to your pussy bitch.
I'm done.
Look what you did.
Walk.
Look what you did. You.
Fine. Me walk.
Carry on. I want to hear my girl.
You're fucking unmanageable, babe.
You and I, we were done.
I love it. Here we go.
We're done then, Kristen. Because you're f***ing unmanageable. You're f***ing unmanageable.
Oh.
You're unmanageable. That's why you're 31 and you're never going to f***ing find a guy to marry you.
Stephanie, just get away from me now, please.
Why? You went off to a car with Trevor.
James, get the out of my face.
Just punches him in the face.
Call the police and you stop it. I f***ing hit it.
You're a lying slut. Everybody has stuff.
Go.
I was trying so hard tonight to stay under the radar, and James would not let it drop.
I punched him in the face. He grabbed me.
It was in your face.
I mean, guy, that's the James Kennedy. I think this happened because you got to remember these people stay pretty stagnant emotionally. So I don't know. I didn't mean to play a bunch of media clips for that, but I mean, God, and there's also the one where you're ratchet. Oh, let's find that one. Okay, this is also James Kennedy and Kristen Doute. They're breaking up. He's coming over. They get into a fight. This is exactly what I think happened with James' arrest. Why he got drunk and got arrested for domestic violence.
You have a lot of nerve. 8 days
Season
ago,
4.
Baby, I love you, and then what?
Well, when you were f***ing someone else in Michigan.
Oh, nice try.
I know that was happening.
And then a few days ago, you have the audacity to parade around a bunch of bite marks and scratch
Remember
marks.
when you used to do that?
Everyone, if there's
God.
any, soul left inside of this,
And they're in a shitty Koreatown
facade
apartment. It's
or
amazing.
You're putting up this front.
You're ratchet. Look at you.
You're ratchet. Look
Stop
at you.
f***ing talking. Don't f***ing talk to me like that again. You're
saying the
disgusting. You
truth.
f***ing speak to women like that? What the f*** is wrong with
What
you?
women? Just you. Just you.
You like
boyfriends,
You
other men.
23-year-old
Women that
son
other men on their boyfriend's birthday. That's why I talked to you like that.
You know what I wanted to do,
That's
James?
why I talked to you like
I wanted
that.
to f***ing cry in the back of Sir. I wanted to f***ing scream at you. You were going to drink yourself into oblivion. You're going to get f***ing fired. You're going to lose all your f***ing friends. And no one's going to forgive
Okay, and you know what you're gonna do? You're never gonna get married, and if you do, you're gonna be divorced in the first 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, you will be. And you're gonna cheat on your f***ing husband. You've got nothing going for you. You've got nothing but a shitty t-shirt line. You get fired from Sir already from drinking. You've lost all of your f***ing friends, honey. You've got nothing but Jax and his f***ing friend to go out with on Friday. Go have fun with that. Go have fun with that.
You know Alex.
Yeah, I don't give a f*** if I know him. I don't ew, you f***ing nasty slut you are.
Get out of my apartment before he calls
You smell,
security.
babe. You smell bad.
You did not
Just
spit on my door.
spits on her fucking door saying, bye, slut.
I just had my f***ing apartment cleaned.
I
What
don't.
is the issue?
See?
Oh, God.
Oh my God, you guys.
This is from season 5. This is iconic.
I didn't. No, I'm not.
The way you're speaking to Lisa?
You sound very
Wait, no. Guys, it's not about the drinks tonight, Lisa, I promise
Give me
you.
one warning. You ruined my business.
He is.
I said sorry, I won't do it again.
See what he's like?
Please, Ken's getting mad. Lisa, stop. He's gonna get mad at me.
Don't you understand, James?
Ken scares the shit out of me. Oh my God. I can't deal with this f***ing bullshit.
See?
What? Ken,
Little I'll knock you spark out.
Yeah.
If you disrespect Lisa, that would be another thing.
Go home.
I would never disrespect your wife, Ken.
Go home.
No, it goes.
God. So that last one was when it was season 5. So James Kennedy is like peak, just drinking and DJing, being a train wreck and being shitty to Lisa. And he's shitty to Lisa in front of Ken. So what that scene was, he got drunk. He was not supposed to drink anymore. He goes over to Sandoval. Sandoval serves him the shot. You could tell it was like 1 a.m. It was like the bar just closed and they were like Sandoval serves him a shot, and Lisa and Ken, clearly it was not scripted. It was not produced. I think they stopped by Sir to pick something up on their way home from dinner. They come in there and they both see Sandoval serve Kennedy a shot. So Lisa's like, you need to stop. You need to go home. And so they goes after it, and you see the camera being like, you hear their microphones, but you see them like trying to shoot it because they're inside the restaurant. And it's like the shaky camera, like the good, like where's Andy? We need a camera, like that type of shit, like the good reality show shit. James Kennedy's out there disrespecting Lisa in front of Ken, and then fucking Ken, the human Roomba that he is, the 85-year-old old dude who like he's an old dude, like he lived his life, he worked hard all of his life, the sun's setting. And, of course he's out there in like a brand new like Bentley or Jaguar. And James is out there being shitty and he goes, listen, you little fucker, I'm going to knock your spark out. Like, oh my God, I miss Vanderpump Rules. I'm going to miss it so much. I'm so sad it's going, but I don't know. All right, guys. So I've been talking for like an hour or like 40 minutes. I don't know how I'm going to edit this episode together, but it's Christmas Eve. It's the holidays. Make sure you guys do some self-care. Make sure that you keep your boundaries with your family up. It's important. Healthy boundaries to have healthy relationships. So make sure you guys enjoyed. I'll be back this week with another coffee break with Jesse Hardesty coming out the 26th, like normal Thursday. And I'm going to do a special New Year's Eve espresso shot too, because why not? I have some time, but guys, take care. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy all the holidays that celebrate around this time, guys. I will be back shortly with some new stuff, so make sure you stay subscribed. And I'm being back to the UFO, guys. Peace out.